You've chained 22 stitches, and now we're going to double crochet in the 5th chain from the hook. That skipped 4 chain counts as your first double crochet and the stitch that it worked into at the base. So 3 is for the double crochet, 1's for the skipped chain, or the chain that was worked into. Now you're going to work 1 double crochet in each remaining chain across. Then you work 1 double crochet in each of the chains across your work. And to add your edging at the beginning of the scarf, instead of waiting to the end and then rejoining and adding it, what we're going to do is rotate this work here and work 2 slip stitches down this side edge. This is just to get our hook to where we need it to be. So slip stitch into the corner here. Now rotate your work so that the bottom of the chain, the foundation chain that we made, is here, and we're going to work into it now. So here we are at the base, right at the first stitch. See, there's your last double crochet in here, and your slip stitches, which we're not really counting, they're just to get us to where we need to be. And you're going to be working right into this spot right here. We're going to work 1 single crochet into that stitch right there, that first chain. And now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to skip 2. So skip 1, 2. See if you're having trouble finding your chains, look for the double crochets. So 1, 2 skipped, and we're going to be working right into this chain base right here. We will work 1 double crochet, chain 2, and another double crochet, all into the same chain or base of the foundation chain. So you'll have this right at the beginning. Now we'll chain 2, skip 2, skip 1, skip 2, and single crochet here into the next one, like so. Chain 2, skip 2, skip 1, skip 2, and then work your double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, like that. Chain 2, skip 2, so skip 1, skip 2, work a single crochet here into this base of the chain, chain 2, skip 2, and you're going to work into this one now, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and we're going to chain 2, skip 2, so skip 1, skip 2, and right here in that first skip chain from the beginning of the first row that we counted as the base of the double crochet, work your last single crochet. And now what we need to do is we need to get back to this spot here. So we're just going to rotate our work slightly and slip stitch twice up the side of that initial skipped 3 chain. So 2 in there, like so. And now rotate your work, because we're going to start working across the rows now. So we're going to work right across the rows, and we're going to be working back and forth for the rest of the project. So to begin round 2, or row 2, you'll be 1 single crochet here, in the top of the chain 4. So that was that last part of the skipped 3 that we worked. Now we're going to chain 2, skip 2, so skip 1, skip 2, and we're going to work our, it's going to mimic this right here in the bottom. We're going to work our double crochet, chain 2 double crochet, like this, chain 2, skip 2, single crochet, chain 2, skip 2, 1, 2, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, single crochet, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, single crochet right into this last final stitch here. And that's the end of row 2. And now we're going to be working back and forth in rows. So you'll turn your work to begin row 3. So you turn, chain 4, and this counts as 1 treble crochet or a triple crochet. We're going to skip this chain 2 space, skip this double crochet, and we're going to work our first cluster right here in between the 2 double crochets in that chain 2 space. To work that stitch, you simply insert the hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook through the chain 2 space, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over your hook again, insert into the chain 2 space, yarn over, pull up a loop, and you should have 5 loops that you've just worked here, plus the one that was already on your hook. Now yarn over, pull through the first 5 loops, like so. You have 2 left. Yarn over and pull through the remaining 2, like so. Chain 2, and we'll work 1 more cluster in the same chain 2 space right here. So first you insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert into the chain 2 space again, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert into the chain 2 space, yarn over, pull up a loop, check to see if you have 5 loops, plus your 6th over here, yarn over, pull through the first 5, 2 left, yarn over, pull through the remaining 2, chain 2, and we need to do 1 more cluster in the same chain 2 space. So 1 more cluster in the same chain 2 space. So insert your hook into the chain 2 space, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, insert into the chain 2 space, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, 1 more time, insert into the chain 2 space, yarn over and pull up a loop, check for your 5 loops plus the 1 from before, so your 6th, yarn over, pull through the first 5 only, now you have 2, yarn over and pull through the remaining 2, and you'll see you have your first set of clusters in the first chain 2 space. Now we're going to skip this double crochet, skip this chain 2 space, Now we're going to chain 1, skip the single crochet, skip the chain 2 space, skip your next double crochet, and begin into your chain 2 space between the 2 double crochets. We're doing the same cluster stitch again. So insert your hook into the chain 2 space, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert into the chain 2 space, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert into the chain 2 space, pull up a loop, and you have 5 plus your 1, yarn over, pull through the first 5, you have 2 left, yarn over and pull through the last 2, and chain 2. We'll do that again. Insert into the chain 2 space, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, insert into the chain 2 space, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, insert into the chain 2 space, yarn over and pull up a loop, double check you have your 5 plus your 1, yarn over, pull through the first 5, yarn over, pull through the last 2, chain 2. Let me do one more in the same chain 2 space. So insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, insert into the space, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, insert into the chain 2 space, yarn over and pull up a loop, check for your 5 plus 1, yarn over, pull through the first 5, yarn over, pull through the last 2, chain 1, skip everything here, double crochet, chain 2 space, single crochet, chain 2 space, double crochet, and work your final set of clusters in the final chain 2 space between the 2 double crochets. Now after you have this last set of clusters, you're going to skip the double crochet in the chain 2 space, and you need to work 1 treble into the last stitch right here at the end of the row. And that is the end of row 3. For row 4, chain 4, it's counting as 1 double crochet and a chain 1, turn your work. We are going to skip this cluster and we're going to work a double crochet here in this chain 2 space, chain 1, work a double crochet in the next chain 2 space, skip your cluster, chain 1, work a double crochet in the chain 1 space, skip your cluster, chain 1, skip the cluster, double crochet into the chain 2 space, chain 1, skip the cluster, double crochet into the chain 2 space, chain 1, skip the cluster, double crochet in the chain 1 space, chain 1, skip the cluster, double crochet into the chain 2 space, chain 1, skip the cluster, double crochet into the chain 2 space, chain 1, so skip the final cluster and double crochet into the chain 4 space at the end, like so. And this is the end of your row 4. At the end of row 4, you'll have 10 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 9 chain 1 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For round 5, chain 3 and turn your work. We're going to work a double crochet into every chain 1 space and into every double crochet across your project. At the end of the row, you'll have 19 double crochets. Now for the end of this row, you do work 1 into the space and 1 into the row end. And that will give you the 19 double crochets across your work. And you can see here that we have our finished edge on this side already in place at the base. And now you can continue working your project until you reach the length you'd like. You'll finish with an extra row 6 at the very end of your project to give you the edge on the other end.